right, thank you very much. Peace of Christ to all. Today we have an interesting topic, and I hope you will enjoy it. Please feel free to download the videos later, and you can share it with your friends. We as a Christians, we have a duty to say the truth. It doesn't matter who we speak to who, and who is the one who is listening. It doesn't matter if he is a Christian or a Jew or a Muslim or a Hindu or a Buddha. However, what I noticed between the Christians, especially in the West, that the Christians in the West, they are very shy, let us say, to speak with a Jew about them being wrong. Actually, rarely I hear Christians speaking about the Jews being wrong. So today we are going to talk about the Jews being wrong and the Muslims being wrong, and we are going to refute someone. He claimed to be a rabbi, but for me he is the same as any Abdul. Just to make it clear, I don't because some people, they try to play games, that the second you start talking about the Jews, they start to make it like, if you speak against the Jews, that means you hate the Jews. We don't hate the Jews, we don't hate the Muslims, we don't hate anyone. Actually, because we love everybody, we want them to be safe. So those who try to hide behind the card of hate and racism and etc., simply they are trying to avoid facing our argument and our debate. So they cannot come with any excuse. And this is what always I noticed. The second we start speaking about, someone is wrong, it doesn't matter who is the one you speak about him being wrong. It doesn't matter if he is a Jew or he is a Christian or even he is, etc. That person, you don't take it as something, you are speaking in an academic way. Mostly people, they take it in a personal way because they think you're attacking their ID, you're attacking who they are. You're attacking the second you speak about his faith, it's like you are saying to him you are bad, you are not a good person. So what we need to do, we need first to separate between speaking about the Bible and speaking about the Jews. Many do not know that most of the Jews are already Christians. If I say 97% already Christians, that's enough for me to prove that the Jews are not bad people at all. Because actually we as the Christians, we receive the message of Christ from the Jews. Just to make it simple. So who is the one who brought the gospel for us of Jesus? It was the Jews. Who is the one who taught us about him? It was the Jews. Who is the one, those who give their life to spread the gospel? It was the Jews. So this is not a message against the Jews. This is a message against those who don't want to listen. And actually it's not against them, it's for their benefit. So I hope they will listen and they will not be sensitive. However, if you want to be sensitive, feel free. You can hit your head with the wall or you can bring the ocean. It doesn't matter who you are. When it's come to believe, I don't care if you are my father, my mother, my sister, my whatever. I don't care. I have to say the truth as it is. The Jews are people who God speak to them and always speak to them. Actually, they are lucky, but they remind me of an audio clip. Yep. The Jews are not listening, and their numbers is not working. And it doesn't matter how many times God he gives them opportunities. Still, the Jews, they don't want to listen. And again, I'm not saying all the Jews. I'm saying those who reject the Messiah. So today we are going to show you someone he say he is a rabbi, and I think he is. I don't know. He say that he is rabbi. And people call him, and he do a broadcast online or on TV, I'm not sure. And supposedly he thinks he is a big shot. So this person, he is going to teach us a little bit about our ignorance as a Christians. In the same time, he is going to speak about Islam. This is why the Muslims like what he say. You know, Muslims, when they like you, it means there is something wrong with you. As simple as that. It doesn't matter who you are. You are a Hindu, you are a Buddha, you are a Christian, you are a Jew. It doesn't matter really. The second, Muslims, they like what you speak, especially like you are not from their religion, and then you are a Jew. Not only not a Muslim, you are a Jew. This is the most name they hate ever, but yet they favor your videos. It means you are very foolish, and to the point, even those who hate you most, they love what you say. So let us see what this guy is speaking about. I'm going to share the screen with you, as always I do. And you know me, I'm not a person who speaks without proofs and reference and etc. You know, we don't like to give speeches. We like to give proofs and reference. So we will put him in the screen, and let us see what this person he will say to us. And please, if you have a question, feel free. You can click at be part of the conversation, and you can simply share with us by asking questions of your choice. And I hope it's going to be about the topic we are going to mention now, not something out of the topic. Sometime, like, you know, if we finish this topic, and by the way, I'm going to do another show, another podcast after I finish this topic. So this one have a certain time, we have to finish it in time, and then at I believe it's 4:30 the second one will start. So we will be doing the second one, which is going to be very important too. So we go to this video here. Actually, let's fix this. It's not clear. You see, this the Muslims, they post the videos of those people for a reason, because those people, when they make a statement, they speak foolishness. Now, supposedly, this guy is a rabbi, and this is his host. So someone called the TV or his program and asked him about, is the Christians and Muslims are people who worship idols? You know, so he come with the answer. You see, this is what the Christian really believe. And this guy, he claimed to be a rabbi. Obviously, this guy is doing a scam, trying to fool those people who do not know what Christianity is about. There's not even one Christian believe that we have a God the husband and God the wife and God the son. What is that? This is exactly what Muslims say. And obviously, this guy is not being honest, and he is being foolish. Why you are idolater? Because you are worshiping a man. And let us show you that this guy who did not know the gospel, and he claimed yet to be a rabbi, and even supposedly he speaks Hebrew. Actually, I have a presentation I made when I was doing my seminars in Asia, Trinity and Islam. Trinity and Islam. I'm not going to play it like the way it is done in the presentation. I'm going just to show you some of what I did in this presentation. You will notice that the Trinity exists all over the Bible and in the Old Testament before the New Testament. First of all, Elohim is not a name for a singular person. Elohim is plural, is not. And you can ask, you can call this guy. He will say to you, yes. So why he called himself with such a name, right? And then he speaks about himself as a spirit, God and his spirit. And then he speaks about himself by using the word us. So if we read together, you know, this is just some of examples of verses. I cannot quote for you because there's, you know, God speaks about himself in the Bible all over, and we can get you thousands of examples, but we'll give you some to summarize our point. You know, we see this verse here with us. Behold, my servant whom I uphold, my elect one is whom my soul, my what? My soul delights. I have put my spirit upon him. Okay. God, he is saying to us in the Old Testament that he has a spirit. This is God the Father. He acknowledged in this in the video, this self-acclaimed rabbi, that there's a Father. He agreed that there's a Father. Well, when you say the Father, there's a Son. Otherwise, you are calling the Father who? Who is the Father? Father of who? If you want to say to me he is just a father in a metaphorical way, he is a provider, well, we will go and see that if this is true or not. You will see here the Father, our Lord, he is mentioning that I have a spirit, and my spirit is, I send my spirit to be with you. So now, do we have God the Father, and we have a spirit that does not belong to him, but he called it my spirit? If we ask a Jew, is the Spirit of God is God? They will say yes. So now we have God and his Spirit. Is that two God? No, we have one God. We as a Christian, we believe we have one God. So God, he presents himself in ways which for us, we comprehend as a three-person, but God is one. So when the God, he says, my spirit, he is talking about what? He's talking about something that doesn't exist. He's speaking about something is not real. He's fabricating stories, or there's a spirit. If God and the spirit, if the spirit does not exist, God does not need to mention the spirit. And if the spirit is God in the same time as one person, there's no need to say my spirit, because I am the spirit itself. So from those verses you can see there's tons of them in front of your eyes. I hope they are clear on the screen. It's all over the gospel. You will see that God is speaking about the spirit. There's a verse actually in Matthew where Jesus, he quoted what David said. What David said. David, he called the Messiah. The Messiah said to the Jews, what do you say of Christ? What do you say of Christ? They said to him, he is the son of David. Then he said to them, well, if he is the son of David, then how David, he called him Lord by Spirit? Why by Spirit? What does that mean? You know, Jesus at that time was not born as a man. So he called him Lord. But he's the Messiah. Everybody knows that the Messiah is going to come as a man. The Messiah, the Jews, all of them agree that the Messiah is a man who will come to this earth to save the Jews. He is not an angel. But yet, David, he called him Lord. The Lord said to my Lord, how many lords you have, Jews? How many lords you have? They will say to you one. So how David was wrong? David, he is Trinitarian. It's like he believed in the Trinity too. David, he called the Messiah Lord. So now we have the Father, we have the Spirit, and we have David calling the Messiah Lord. You know, remember, David is a king. David is not just a guy like me and you. He is the king of his nation. And actually, he is one of the most important kings for the Jews. To the point, even any Jew, he want to make himself honorable, I say, I belong to David. Do not even remember Solomon. When it's come to David, everybody should be forgetting for the Jews. He is a name nobody can forget, because he is the glorious king. So when David the king, who is so proud about himself to be a king, who made for the Jews what nobody was able to do before him and after him, supposedly, as king, he called the Messiah Lord. What does that mean? Look like David, he was not a Jew. Maybe he was a Christian, and he is not a good Jew. Same time, this guy, he said to us, I hope you are learning the read. I'm not going to read all those verses for you, right? You will see the Lord, he says, like one of us. Behold, the man has become like one of us. Of us? Who is us? The Spirit of the Lord God. You know, when God created everything in this earth, then his Spirit was above. His Spirit, not him. His Spirit. So all over the Bible is speaking, at least for now, the Jews, you have to admit that there is the Spirit of God and there is God the Father, and God himself, he called the Spirit as a person. But yet this person doesn't mean there's three gods, it's one God. You know, when we say Almighty, Almighty means someone he can do everything with no limitation. The second you say he cannot be, then he is not Almighty. For the word can and cannot is not exist in his dictionary. He is God. So when a Jew he come to me and he says such a thing, but later he will say something more horrible actually. So this is obviously is a false statement from someone he claimed to know what Judaism is about. I hope you guys you took those references in front of you, and you will see here, after God created the heaven and the earth, then and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the water. Who is the one speaking here? The Spirit of God, not God. Because if God is moving, then we say that God was upon the water. It says the Spirit of God. At that stage, or this verse, are you saying to me the Spirit of God is not exist? So David, he witnessed for the Lord, and the Lord is the Messiah, and David called the Messiah Lord, and God himself, he said, I am the Father, and I have a Spirit, and then he speak about his own son. And David, he witnessed for that son, who is going to be the Lord. The Lord said to my Lord, sit in my right. Then if we go, he said, this potato rabbi, by the way, I'm not insulting, this is the way I talk. Like, I hope this rabbi, he will hear me. He don't get this as an insult. This is how I talk. You know, Middle Eastern, we are rude, what I can say. You know, we are born this way. And you are Middle Eastern like me, but they don't look like one anyway. You look like a blonde Romanian guy from Rome. And the Lord appeared into him. The Lord, and by the way, this is a translation of the Jews. I'm not using Christian translation. So this Jew guy, he will not say I am changing the translation. This is a Jewish translation as it is. This is the Jews' book in Hebrew and in English, as you see in the front of your eyes. In Genesis 18, you will see that the Lord appeared to Abraham. How the Lord appeared to Abraham? Did he appear as a bird? Did he appear as a spirit? Did he appear as a light? Did he appear as a flower? What he appear? He appeared as a man. But this guy, he said, the Christians are idolaters because they worship a man. And you will see here that Abraham, he bowed down to worship this Lord, and he said to him, my Lord. And you can read the whole chapter saying clearly that Abraham worshipped the Lord, and the Lord came to him as a man. And look what happened. And the Lord appeared unto him. And then he will say, as he sat in the tent door in the last of the day, so in the heat of the day, sorry. And this is what means God is coming to him physically in a place where he lived. Not in the sky, not in heaven, not on the top of the cloud, not flying in the air. No, no, no. He is coming to him physically down to earth, walking to him. And then it says, and he lifted up his eyes and he looked, and he saw three men. Three men. What kind of what he saw? Three men. One of them is our Lord. And Abraham, he bowed down to the earth. Abraham is worshiping the Lord, who is a man. But I thought it's idolatry to worship a man. And this is rejected by the Jews. But because this guy is an aftermarket, rabbi, those people, my understanding for the Jews, and I hope people will not take it wrong, but I understand the Jews, they have a lot of pain because of us Christians. And the Jews, they feel that Christianity was the biggest disaster happened to their faith. Why? Because there's no Jews left. Like after 2,000 years, where is the Jews? There's 13, 16 millions. That means the Jews disappear. That means in a few hundred years from now, there's no Jews left. What's happening? Because all the Jews, most of the Jews are converting to Christianity. This is why the Jews, they consider attacking Christianity is a lot more important than Islam. The Jews are not converting to Islam, they are converting to Christianity. Christianity is like a vacuum machine sucking the Jews' number. To the point the Jews today, they accept anyone to convert, which is never happened before. To the point the Jews today, they accept Jews from India, from Africa, from anywhere. Just say, I am a Jew, and they will take you in, which never happened before. Because they are, as a faith, they are dying, they are dead. They do not exist. Even in Israel right now, where is the Jews? There's no Jews. In the heart of Israel, the Orthodox Jews are not even 5%. The rest, they don't care for Saturday. They spend their night in nightclub. Like today is a Friday night. Every Jew is a nightclub. The biggest gay festival in the world is in Haifa, in Israel, not in San Francisco. And I believe strongly, if the Jews continue this way, Israel is going to be destroyed in the like maximum 100 years. Low birth, nobody getting married, adultery, prostitutions, human trafficking, all kinds of diseases you can find in those countries. Not only in Israel, around it too. But in Israel, it's really messed up. But yet they have a problem with the Christians. The Christian is the problem. You see, the Jews, Jesus speak about them when he said, before you see the little thing in the eye of your brother, see the big wood in your eye. They want to teach us about God, and they are worried about the Trinity, but they are not worried about how lost they are. All over the gospel, we see that God is speaking about himself in a plural name. God is speaking about Spirit. God is speaking about the Father. God is speaking about himself as a man who came to Abraham as a man. Hold on. When God came to Abraham as a man, what happened to the Father? What happened? You know, the Bible says nobody can see God. Nobody can see God and live. What does that mean? It means you cannot see God the way he is with his glory and you live. But you can see God if he humbled himself. So here we go. God, he humbled himself and he came as a man. How come you don't mention that? How come you say that if you worship a man, you are an idolater? Jesus is the problem. God is a man is not a problem. But the hypocrite, he will not say this. He will not say to you, because he assumes that you are a stupid guy who do not know the Bible very well. He will not say to you, you know what, Abraham, he worshiped a man. Not only this, I need to ask myself, why God came to Abraham with with two more people? Like, I mean, three. Why three? Why he didn't come alone? If you see in the gospel, like you think God, he do things for no reason. Everything God he do, it's for a reason. And if you think God he react or do anything for no reason and without planning, like just to take, hey, I will take 2 angels with me. There's only 2 angels. This is the Lord himself. Why he's coming with 2 angels? Why they are coming as men? What about the angels? They come too as angels. God here is showing us that for him nothing is impossible, and the man who can create, the one who can create the man, he can come to us as a man. And remember, God said, I created Adam in what? In our image. So when someone, he claimed to be a rabbi, but yet he deny, and he say, Christians, they worship Jesus, and he is a man, and this is idolatry. This is a stupid thing to say, because you are just denying your own Torah, and you are denying that you are a Jew. You must be a Hindu then, or Buddha, or Muslim. And then this guy, he continues saying the following. He's getting smarter now. Mary? This is false. This is false. You know, worshiping idols is nothing different from worshiping God or not, because at the end of the day, there's no higher sin and lower sin. This is a stupid statement. Let me explain to you. This guy is saying to you, there's 2 kinds of germs. One germ will cause you to die, and the other germ cause you to die. One germ will take you to hell, and the other germ will take you to hell. But there's one of them is more important. This is stupid to say. If both of them, they will take you to hell, you are being stupid to say this is more important and this is more ugly. This is stupid because he's trying to poison Christianity and make it look bad. Since when worshipping stones is the same as worshipping Jesus? Why is that? And actually he's saying it's more ugly, not even the same. Why it is ugly? Because this is Jesus. This is Jesus who destroyed them. This is Jesus who brought everybody out of their life. You know, the Jews through histories, they are not godly people. And you know, whatever people they're saying, go and see how much they did against God. Not only crucifying Jesus, their history is full of things against God. But when Christianity came, there is many of those Jews, they cannot forget what happened to them. To make it simple, when in the time of Jesus, the one was occupying the Jews was who? It was the Roman. So at that time, the Jews, they hated the Roman for their occupation. They took their right from ruling their own. Their glory of David is gone. The kingdom of David is under the occupation of the Roman, and the Jews have no say. So they hated the Roman. When the Messiah came, you will notice even the Jews, they were looking for someone to save them from the Roman. They are not looking for someone to save them from earth and to go to heaven. They are looking for a revolutionary person who will be a Guevara, who will kill the Christians and and the Roman and kill everybody else and make them victorious, and that's it. They don't care for God. They care for just freedom from the Roman, whatever the price is. This is why you see when the Roman like ruler who claimed to be a Jew, he do everything wrong. You don't see the Jews are going against him because he's a Roman. But Jesus, they come to him and they say to him, "What do you say about paying tax to Caesar?" Jesus, he know their mind. He know that they are troublemakers. He know that they are not asking questions for good. They are asking questions to hurt. If he say don't pay tax to Caesar, Caesar will kill Jesus. If he say pay tax, the Jews will hate him. Which means what doesn't matter, he will answer. Jesus will be in trouble. So for him, they're trying to put Jesus in trouble. So when Jesus, he said, and showed them how hypocrite they are, he said, "Show me the coin you have with you." And they put the coin in the front of him, and he said, "This is the picture of who they are." He said, "This is the picture of Caesar." He said, "We'll give what to Caesar. This is a nation of hypocrisy. They are carrying the money of Caesar, but yet they are asking Jesus, should we pay to Caesar? Well, if you refuse Caesar, why you are taking his money? It's like Muslims today. They carry dollar, they buy by dollar, they store their money by dollar, they put their money in the bank in the dollar, and then they hate America. Because they are hypocrites. If America is your enemy, how come all your life is based by the dollar? Even your oil is sold by the dollar. Even your gold is by the dollar. Even your economy is by the dollar. But yet, the kuffar as your enemy. So at that time, the Jews, they were doing the same. And the rabbis are always people of hypocrisy, trying to put in trouble, not to find out who is Jesus. So for him, you are a very ugly, disgusting person because you worship Jesus. Let us say, for the sake of argument, I'm wrong. But according to you, there is no solution. Just to show you how naive those people are. Like, can I be a Jew? No. Okay, what will happen to me then? So are you saying God, he created me, but that he wants me to go to hell? Because they believe only the Jews will go, they are saved. Very funny, very naive way of thinking. It's kind of selfish, and it's full of enmity, not reality. In the same time, we Christians are the first one who defend the Jews, by the way. We never betray the Jews. In fact, through the history, this is why the Jews until now, they cannot forget the history, but this is not because our history is bad, because what they did, it was bad. As an example, in the year 614, in the year 614, the Persians attacked Jerusalem by the help of the Jews, and they executed every Christian inside Jerusalem. Years later, the Romans, they took back Jerusalem and they executed every Jew in Jerusalem. Why you want to kill those who worship the Father, those who approve the Torah? Why you take the side of the Persian who they are totally pagan? Let us say for the sake of argument we are wrong. But at least we approve the Torah and we believe in the God of the Torah. You betray the Christian and you go with the Persian to kill the Christians, and you do kill the Christians. It was a big massacre. And the Bible says clearly that the one who killed will be killed. So they killed the Christian, later they got killed. When the Muslims they occupied Spain, the Jews again, they took the side of the Muslims against the Christians. They fought with them, they helped them, they took high rank in the government of Islam, and they were treated very nice actually by the Muslims. Why? Because the Muslims, they need them. They wanted someone, they know that he hates the Christians, so they hire the Jews. They know that there's no way those Christians and the Jews, they will go together. So the Muslims, they used them very well. So when the Spanish, they took over again their land, there's the acquisition. All of us, we know about it. So all the Jews, not only the Muslims and the Jews were punished for occupying the land, and the Jews, they were punished for betraying the Christians. Like people, they give you home. You are a citizen in this country. How you take the side of the enemy? This is why in Iran, until now, even under the Khomeini, the Jews are treated a lot better than the Christians. You can compare. The Persian always, they have a special place for the Jews, because always the Jews, they took the side of the Persian against the Christians. Why they took the side of the Persian? Because Rome was a Christian, the Persian are not, so we take the side of whoever is against the Christian, we take his side. And this is exactly what this guy is doing today. Listen carefully what he will say now about Islam. Many thousands of Jews? What this guy is talking about, many thousands. If I say 90, maybe 97% of the Jews already, they are Christians, I'm not exaggerating. This is why they consider the Christian faith is the most dangerous faith for them, because it is the faith where Christianity is taking a lot of Jews out of Judaism. But nobody is converting. Like you can maybe find 2, 3, 5 Jews convert to Islam. But everybody knows that the Jews are losing ground everywhere. You see? Again, they take the side of Muslims. Islam is definitely not adultery. Did you hear him? Why? Why is that? He just said, if you worship any God beside me, is adultery. Is the God of Islam is the same God of the Jews? According to this guy, he is acknowledging the Allah as his God by saying this statement. Because either you agree that Allah is your God, and that will not make the Muslims idolaters for worshiping the same God, because idolatry is not only worshiping idols. Anyone you claim he is God, doesn't matter what you name him, if he is a true God, it is idolatry for God. He's a man, he's a name, he's a star, he's a moon, he's a etc. What, it doesn't matter. Anyone, any name you worship, not the God, which is a true God, you are worshiping idols. Now, why Islam is not idolatry? Let us see. Just a stupid answer and stupid talk. For the sake of argument, if you worship one God, that means you are not idolaters? This is stupid to say. I can show you tons of verses from the Gospel saying from the Torah saying worship. Actually, he just quote one for us. He himself, he just let me go back, just to show you how crazy this man is. Where is the text was running when he quoted the thing for us? A Jew, it's better for him to give his life better than converting to Christianity, but he will not say that when he speak about Islam. You see the evil mind? It's better for a Jew to give his life better than converting to Christianity, but he would never say that about Islam. Actually, he is defending Islam. Definitely. Let me go back here. Oh, so the problem is about having both? The problem is about having both? Or the problem is about worshiping the wrong God? Because if both are true God, there's no problem. Correct? The problem is you're worshiping a false God. Do nonsense. Why nonsense? Why he don't answer? You see, how a Jew, he defend the God of Islam and the God of the Christians, who is Elohim, Yahweh, Hashem, whatever you call him. How come Elijah was saying to them, how you worship the two? But still, they are Jews at that time. And according to them, even those people, they are saved. Even those who worship Baal with God, they are saved. But you Christian, you cannot do that. Oh, no, only Jews, only we Jews, we can do that. The hypocrisy and the madness. And the Muslims are definitely are not pagans and they are not idolaters. Why? Some Christians, they say they are Allah is the moon god, but this is not nonsense. Why nonsense? Can you tell me why nonsense? Who is Allah? I hope this guy, he will listen to my video and he will answer. And I challenge him for a debate if he dare, but for sure he will not dare. Those people, by the way, they are the same as the audio I played for you. If you call their number, yeah, they will answer you only if you are a naive person who know nothing, and then they will talk to you. Like the Bean Show, I call them, they hang up on me. You call them, they will not hang up on you. Now look what he will say additional to this. Surah 2, 163. What's Surah 2, 163 saying? I want to see what Surah 2, 163 saying. I will make myself, I do not know. And supposedly, suddenly he became a scholar about Islam. There we go. Chapter 2, verse 163. Your God is one God, He is Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Who is the one who's talking? Your God is one God, and He is Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Well, if He is one God, why He is saying to him, speaking about Him as a third person? Actually, if we go back to my presentation here, let me show you, just to educate this funny Jewish who have no idea what Islam is about. In chapter 21, verse number 17, you will see Allah saying, if we want to take a wife, we will take it from our kind. What? And Allah speak about Himself as us. Had we intended to take a pastime, i.e. a wife or a son, etc., we could surely have taken it from us. Okay, just wait. Allah will take a wife from us? Allah saying, if I want to take a wife, I want to take a wife from us. Okay, us who? Is the verse, guys, clear for you? Let me try to make it more clear. It's clear, huh? I hope so. If I want to, and by the way, this is a Muslim translation, as you see, and not my translation. Had we intended to take a pastime, i.e. a wife or a son, etc., we could surely have taken it from us. Allah is talking about taking a wife. From where? From us. But I thought Allah is one. What do you mean us? His family, his neighbor. What do you mean us? Actually, in Arabic, it doesn't say from us. It says from ladunna. The word ladunna means from our kind, our bloodline, my people, my kind, my tribe, my clan, my family, my blood. When you are the son of your father, you say you are from ladunni, you are from me, from my blood. So Allah is saying, if I want to take someone as a wife, I will take it from who? From my kind, from my blood. Which means Allah can take a wife, and Allah must be a man. And then if we go to the interpretation, so we don't give our own interpretation, we will see Allah saying this in the verse. Read with me. I hope this self-acclaimed rabbi, he will read and learn something new. Had we desired to find some diversion, that which provides diversion in the way of a partner or a child. Allah speaking, Allah, He just told us Allah is one God, and he's the same God of the Jews. But look what this God is saying. If you want to take a wife, if you want to have a child, you have to marry a woman. And I am not saying I'm not the one who's saying it's a woman. Read with me. We would have found it with ourselves from among the beautiful-eyed houris or angels. Allah is going to have sex with the angels and the beautiful-eyed women. Those are the same women they will sleep with them, the Muslim in the heaven. So when a naive potato, he speak about Islam and saying the Muslims, they have one God, that's because you are dumb. You do not know much about Islam. If the God of Islam say I am one, but then he say from my kind, you tell me what kind he has. That means there is many of him. When God he say I'm going to marry a woman, but he is God, how, you know, the funny in the video, he is the one who says the Christians, they believe that God the husband. What God the husband? It is Islam who believe in the God the husband. It's not us. In verse 39, 4, Allah said, had Allah wished to take to himself a son, he could have chosen from who he pleased. Okay, hold on. Who is talking? If Allah is one, had Allah wished to take to himself, I thought you are the one who's talking, Allah. Who is the one who's talking there is God, but God is speaking. He, Allah, he wished to take to himself. He could have chosen whom he pleased. Why he didn't say I pleased? Why he didn't say if I wish to take a son to myself, I could have a chosen person whom I pleased, whom he, what does it create? What does that mean? Allah will take a son from those who he creates. What's the point of that son? What do you mean you take a son from the one you create? And then this guy, he continue in his video and started, doing more drama. So if you worship one God, according to this rabbi, you are not an idol worshipper. This is very stupid to say, because the Egyptian, they worshiped the Pharaoh and he claimed to be God. And the God of Moses condemned this God, and he said to him, you are an idol, and you are a false God. And yet this guy, he claimed to be a rabbi. The Babylonian, they worship one God. Who said that the Babylonian, they worship 10 gods? This is very stupid argument to say that the one who worships just one, he is not an idol worshipper. However, we Christians, we worship one God, you idiot. We don't worship 5, we don't worship 3. When God, he came to Abraham as a man, was he second person or the first person? The God no man can see and live. What happened to him? Where he go? So God can come to us as a man, and still he can exist as the Father in the same time. And God, his Spirit can be everywhere, and still he is the Father, and the Spirit is everywhere. How you can deny that? And yet you claim that you are a person who know the gospel. And look what he say additional to this. Jews are not allowed to walk into a church. They are not allowed. That's based on hate. That's based on hate. That's not based on any law. That's not based on any law. That's just pure hate. Look what he would say to prove my point. Forbidden even as a tourist to enter. That's based on hate. Why? Why you cannot enter? Can you show me the verse that says you cannot enter? Or you are fabricating a new religion? You are talking about it already. See, you believe it? A Jew, he can pray in a mosque, but he is forbidden. There's no question about it to pray in a church. Because this guy, obviously, he acknowledged the false God of Islam as his God. Otherwise, how come? Why you can pray in the mosque? And by the way, just to show you he's a liar, according to Islam, a Jew, he is not allowed to enter the mosque. You know that? A Jew, he is not allowed to enter the mosque. That just to show you that this guy is just a potato. He's making things up. A Jew, he can ask a Muslim to pray the morning prayer. Well, you can do that. I want to see it. If we go to the Quran, first of all, the Jews and the Christians in the Quran, they are worshipping three gods. And this is showing us that this guy, he did not know what he's talking about. According to Islam, the Jews and the Christians, both of them, they are people who believe in Trinity. Chapter 9, verse number 30, how come he did not mention to us this verse? Because he never heard of it. The Jews call the Uzair the son of Allah, and the Christian call Christ the son of Allah. So according to Islam, Jews and Christians, both of them, they are not believing in the oneness of God. So why the Muslims, they will allow you to enter the mosque and pray your morning prayer, you liar? In the Quran it says clearly that وَإِنَّمَا الْمُشْرِكُونَ نَجِسٌ, those who they are mushrik, and we are mushrik. Anyone who take by side by Allah as God is a mushrik according to Islam. So you as a Jew and me as a Christian, according to Islam, we are mushrikeen. وَإِنَّمَا الْمُشْرِكُونَ نَجِسٌ, what does that mean? We are dirty. Chapter 9, verse 28. So forbid them from entering the mosque. But this liar, he said to us, I can enter the mosque and I pray anywhere. This is based in your opinion because you hate Christianity, and it's Christianity is the biggest dangerous for you. So you're trying to put it down and say Islam. It's okay because they worship one God. It doesn't matter who is that God. Just worship one God. All right? Just bring your remote control, put it in the table, and say, this is my God. And for him, it's okay because this is one remote control. It's one God. This is the most stupid argument ever I heard. Obviously, those people, they are full of hate, not full of knowledge. And this is why the Muslims are loading his videos in their YouTube, and they love what he says. Maybe this potato, he do not know that the Muslim, they consider the Jews are pigs and monkeys. So how they will let you get inside the mosque, you idiot? Huh? By the way, guys, I'm not insulting when I say idiot. Don't be offended. I mean it. I'm not insulting. There's a huge difference between insulting someone. If you call someone he's an idiot and he's an idiot, this is not an insult. All right? The Quran says clearly that the Jews are pigs and monkeys. Like in the translation, they make it look nicer. They say ape and pigs. That's not true. It says Al-Qirada. Al-Qirada means pigs and monkeys. وَجَعَلَ مِنْهُمُ الْقِرَدَ وَالْخَنَازِيرَ. Should I tell you about people who Allah curse? Who is the one who Allah curse? Not the Christians. But yet this Jew, he said to us that Muslims are more close to him. The Muslims who consider him a pig and a monkey, they will let him get inside the mosque. Say, shall I inform you of him who worse than the reputation from Allah? Worse is he whom Allah has cursed and brought his wrath upon, and whom he made apes and swine, monkeys and swine. Who are they? Those are the Jews. The Jews. There is tons. I can show you endless number of verses in the Quran and from the Hadith. It says it clearly that the Jews are the most, according to Islam, the most ugly, disgusting people ever. Yet this crazy, funny Jewish guy, he said to us, Islam is more close to the Jews and we have no problem with them. Quran says, as an example, in chapter 2, verse number 100, there is no Jewish you can trust. There are people who break their promise. Chapter 5, verse number 13, again the same story. They are the people who break their promise. Chapter of Anfal, verse number 56. There are people who always break their promise. The Jews, they are people who corrupt their books. Chapter 4, verse 46. Like what I will mention to you. The Jews are the one who killed prophets. You know, chapter 2, verse number 61. Chapter 5, verse number 70. It's all over the Quran. Not only this, they are impolite, they are ugly, they are disgusting, they are, and this is all of the Quran. Chapter 5, verse number 64. Chapter 3, verse 181. Jews are coward. The chapter of Al-Hashr, verse number 14. They are coward. They fight only behind the walls. This is what the Quran says about them. They are savage. Chapter 2, verse number 74. They are people of hate. Chapter 5, verse number 82. They are people who worship Shaitan, and they love Shaitan, and they do magic. Chapter 2, verse 102. I don't know what to mention to you and what to mention to you, and yet this crazy madman, he said to us that Islam is more close to the Jews. And he have no problem to pray in the mosque of the Muslims. Well, the Muslims, they will not only welcome you in the mosque, they have a knife waiting for you. You know, Muhammad, he said that time will come, and when a Jew he hide behind a tree, the tree will scream. The tree, let me show you the hadith. Let me see. Let us see if we can get the hadith. Like there's a Jew behind me, kill him. You know, the rock. Let me remember. Okay. I'm trying to find it. Looks like it's not going to show up. Anyway, you can search in Google right now. Search for if you know if there's a Jew he hides behind a tree or a rock. The rock or the tree will scream saying, "There's a Jewish guy behind me. Kill him." Yet this guy is saying to us that the Muslims are very close to him, and he has no problem with the Muslims. You guys, you are not able to hear what he's saying. Why? I see some people, they are saying we cannot hear what he's saying. I'm not sure why. Let me see what the problem here. Okay. You know what? I think I know what the problem now. I'm sorry for this. Uh-oh. I wish I looked from the beginning. Let us see if we can fix it now. So I hope this all did not go for nothing, huh? Was it? You were not able to hear anything of what he said. Okay, you know what? I'm going to play from the beginning then a little bit, so you can go over what he said fast. Let me know, please, if the sound now is good. Oh, even the video is not working now. Let us move it.
world, the vast majority in the Christian world, worship a man as a god, of a distinct person from the Father. That's very important. And they believe in what is called the doctrine of the Trinity, which was really a self-inflicted wound, with the church brought upon itself, a wound from which they never recovered. So therefore, Christianity is absolute idolatry, because, and in fact, in many ways, it's the worst form of idolatry.
Does it sound good now?
Because Christians genuinely worship the God, the Father. They worship the Father as a God, as the creator of the universe. But in addition to him, they worship Jesus. Now, it's very important. Almost all Trinitarians worship Jesus as a distinct person from the Father. So that means they have a husband, God, but they have...
Okay, guys, because many of you said that the audio is bad, I'm going to redo the podcast tomorrow for the same topic. All right? So forget about this one now, as long because many of you saying the voice was bad, right? Is the voice now is better? Okay, so forget about it. I'm going to do the same topic tomorrow, and I'm sorry for this. I just found that the mic is disconnected. I'm using the laptop mic, which is not really good. So we will do it again. However, I'm going to do broadcast in 20 minutes from now again, and that the topic will not be about this guy. It's going to be about a Muslim only. But this guy, we will leave him for tomorrow. All right? Is that good? Because there's no point of loading the video if the sound was not good. You guys don't hear us. Too bad. Like, I know I was speaking to myself. So should I do it again? All right. Anyway, so I will do it again tomorrow. All right. Be here tomorrow. However, I'm going to start a broadcast again, as I said, in less than 23 minutes. 23 minutes from now. And our topic is about a guy, his name Dr. or Professor Tariq. This guy, he thinks he's a big shot. So we are going to see how big shot he is. All right. So be with us, guys. Be with us. And those who asking about my book, let us see. Some people asking about my book. Are your books being translated to Swedish? I have one book now under a translation of the Swedish, but if you like to help, if anyone like to help, let me know. I welcome any volunteer. I cannot afford really to hire translators. I'm a poor man, not a rich man. And if people want to help to translate to German, Swedish, etc., I have one book now is under translation to Swedish, which is The Deception of Allah. But if you like to help one more, let me know. If anyone can translate to German, let me know. Anyone translate to Chinese, I will appreciate you. All right? So let me know. Just contact me. The link is underneath the video. So again, I'm going to do the same video tomorrow just to fix this issue. Sorry for this. And I will try to make it faster, the video faster, so we can cover over this this guy and we can enjoy it more. Now be with me in 18 minutes from now. All right? See you again in 18 minutes from now. Thank you and God bless.